guys? It's Journey Lucid Dreaming here, bringing it back with another episode. And in this week's episode, we're actually going to be talking about what sleep paralysis is. And sleep paralysis is basically when an individual is falling asleep or waking up, briefly experiences a phenomenon where they can't move, they have an inability to speak, and it can be super terrifying, and it also can cause hallucinations. And it's basically the plane between sleeping and consciousness and unconsciousness, and it leads to hallucinations, which can creep some people out. And it's something that also some people believe is a very spiritual thing, like people can talk to spirits and stuff like that through reaching this state. Others think that it's a state for demons to attack them, which I think is just a bunch of hocus pocus, if you know what I mean. But yeah, I think it's something because according to science, if you didn't have sleep paralysis, because everybody goes through it while they're sleeping, they just don't realize it, then you'd act out your dreams, and you would, like, if you tried to fly, you might jump off your bed and just like totally hurt yourself pretty badly. So that's why there is sleep paralysis. And it's caused by a lot of things. It can be caused from you wanting to do it, just coincident, or it could be genetics because a lot of people might do it. It's also caused from sleep deprivation because if you didn't get enough sleep, your body's going to shut down faster even if you are still conscious. It's linked to disorders such as like migraines, anxiety, sleep apnea, which is basically where you stop breathing in your dreams and you might gasp for air when you wake up, or narcolepsy. It's resulted from a disruption in the REM sleep cycle. So the part while you're dreaming when you wake up, like if you're in a car and you hit a bump while you're dreaming, you might wake up in sleep paralysis. So, studies show that approximately only 8% of people, experience sleep paralysis in their lifetime. Now, a lot of people can do this intentionally, because what you can do is you can use this to go into a lucid dream or astral projection. Now, I'm going to tell you guys how you can go into a lucid dream or an astral projection from sleep paralysis. So you'll know what sleep paralysis is. It'll feel like a ton of weights on top of you. You will not be able to move anything. You will not be able to breathe. You'll be able to breathe, but you won't be able to gas for air. You'll only be able to breathe a steady, slow pattern through your nose or however you're breathing. And the only thing you can move is your eyes. So to get out of sleep paralysis, what you have to do is try to clench your toes, or try to move your eyes and try to breathe at a different pattern, so your body starts thinking, oh, I'm awake, I better get up. So that's one way that you can get out of sleep paralysis. But you really shouldn't want to get out of it because of how many good things that you can do inside of sleep paralysis. So the first thing I'm going to teach you guys how to do is lucid dream through sleep paralysis. So let's just say that you wake up and you're in sleep paralysis and you know it. You're like, oh my god, I'm in sleep paralysis, I cannot move. And you start to hallucinate. Just try to not focus on it. It's not real. Try to just pretend nothing's there. You'll be okay, because your brain will depict what you fear. So if you fear like a demon in the corner of your room, that's what'll be there. If you're like, okay, well, I want to have fun now, then nothing will be there and you'll be okay. So to lucid dream off of sleep paralysis, all you have to do is try to keep your eyes closed, and you won't believe it. It'll be like in the snap of the fingers, just patterns will start to draw all over your eyelids, and you'll just be, oh my god, this is so easy. And now you're lucid dreaming. It's that easy. But astral projection is a different story. Now, the problem with people who try to astral project is what they do is they're in sleep paralysis and they think, oh yes, I'm lifting my arms and body slowly, I'm gonna do it, but they're actually lifting their real arms slowly. So you have to be careful. You don't physically lift anything. You just have to feel it and you'll begin to float. Don't try to pull one arm out. Don't try to pull anything out. Don't try to, don't think, okay, yeah, I see a rope in front of me. Like, that stuff's not real. Or maybe it is for some people, but for most people, it's not. What will happen is you'll just slowly but surely, you'll just start to float out of your body. You'll start to feel weightless. You might flow through your bed. You might go down through this ground. You might float right out of your body, right up into the room, and fly into another room. Now, sleep paralysis is believed, it was discovered in the Egyptian times along with astral projection. So, it's been around for a long time. But it's also, the problem is, it can be more scary when you're in this state, more scary than a nightmare because it'll feel real. You'll be inside of a real nightmare, but it'll be in real life, so that's why it's so scary for some people. It'll feel like as if you just woke up dead, as if, oh my god, I can't move, I'm dead, I can't move, that's it. So that's the thing, there are a lot of precautions about sleep paralysis. If you're like, sometimes, if you're falling in your dream, like, and then you hit something and then you jolt in bed, that's pretty much a lot of people starting sleep paralysis but freaking out really quickly and keeping themselves from doing it. That's why only 8% of the world does happen to have sleep paralysis. Now the thing about it is you can't just wake yourself up from it. It will take at least 7 to 10 seconds to get out of it, so that's why it freaks so many people out. And it can happen to anybody. It doesn't matter who. Anybody can experience it. Just 8% remember it. So if you want to avoid it, you have to get a set sleep schedule. You have to sleep for a long enough time so that you're not being deprived of all your natural sleep, at least 7.5 to 8 hours. And the thing about it is that there's no definite cause. So doing that will help, but it's not going to guarantee you safety from it. Now, I'm a bit of a skeptic towards the whole idea, but some people say that demons or spirits have latched onto them and that they haven't felt the same, and that they've been forcing them to do bad things or like possessing them. So that's the thing about it that is really scary to some people. Now, people also say that it can be used to visit late family members or see people who you missed who have passed away. And because you can hallucinate and you'll see anything that you desire or anything that you like despise seeing, that you even think about, that if you think that you don't want to see something, that will probably be there. In the Renaissance, there's actually a famous painting of somebody being asleep, and there's a dark granulum just sitting on her chest, not allowing her to move. And you can see somebody sleeping, and they could actually be in sleep paralysis, and they could be seeing you right now with like a black crow on your shoulder about to like peck your brains out or something, and they can be freaking out, but all it looks like is just a body that's sleeping. Now, it's classified as a normal sleep disorder because it happens to everybody. There's no leads to death of it caused by it, but it's kind of more related to something known as sleep apnea, which as I said before, it's when this is something that I actually have. It's where you can be sleeping and in your dream you might like not be able to breathe, and it could be from, let's say like you're sleeping upside down or something, and you have your mouth like on the mattress or something, and you're not able to breathe through it. But it also could be that your body, like you go underwater in a dream, so you naturally think you should hold your breath, and then you can't breathe, and then you wake up gasping for air, and that's what it is. And if you have any sort of symptoms of sleep apnea, you should go see a doctor because it could be life-threatening to some degree, depending on how serious it is for you. But if you have experienced sleep paralysis intentionally or unintentionally, make sure you guys leave a comment down below and explain your experience with it. But yeah, it's safe. Nothing bad will happen to you. But if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you guys leave a like, subscribe if you're new, comment down any stories that you guys have had, and I'll see you guys in the next week's video. Peace out.